Yo, what's up, guys? I pray that you're all doing well. My name's JoKa, and today I'm joined by Daniel. Now, a lot of people don't know this guy, and he's a very close friend of mine. He's helped me so much inside and outside of Tekken. So, Daniel, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel Chishti. I'm the CEO and founder of BAAZ Esports. We're the driving force behind Pakistan versus Korea and other events like Takedown and BAAZ Gauntlet last year.
Nice. So what got you into Tekken, and how did you start off BAAZ? What were your main plans and goals behind starting BAAZ?
So Tekken's always been, like, as a Pakistani, like every kid has known about Tekken, but I wasn't really like a big fighting game fan, just because my cousins would always beat my ass whenever I come to Pakistan. So I was just like, I'm good. I stuck with FIFA mainly, but honestly, it wasn't until Arslan won EVO in 2019, was EVO Japan in 2019, that was when I started to take notice, and it kind of just led me down this rabbit hole of learning more about Pakistani Tekken, seeing these other guys like Atif, Fawaz Hani, Bilal back in 2019, seeing them travel and compete. I was like, okay, maybe there's something here. And when I graduated uni in 2022, that was like, okay, that was just a catalyst for everything. Like, let's see where this goes and let's see what we can do with this.
Nice. And do you mind me asking what you got your degree in?
So my degree was actually in political science.
Oh, nice.
So nothing related to esports, but I was actually the president of my university, Georgetown University. It's a gaming society. We helped start the university's first esports team. So I was involved in esports, not necessarily I guess Smash, if you count that as a fighting game, which is a separate topic, but I was involved in organizing tournaments, doing that. So this is something I always loved doing, even at a micro scale. But yeah, I was initially working my job as a political science intern, but some health issues came up, and I also just did not like politics at all. So left the US, came back to Pakistan, and yeah, just pretty much been doing this since.
And when did you move back to Pakistan, if you don't mind me asking?
So I think 2022, I was just in and around everywhere, just doing odd jobs, working here and there, getting my health back in check. And but I think it was end of the year. That was when I officially moved back, and BAAZ had been kind of cooking, just seeing what we could do, whether we want to make it an esports team, whether we want to make it an events company, an apparel company, and what do we do with that. So yeah, I think end of 2022, that was when we put things into motion with BAAZ and Takedown.
Okay, and at one point you also sponsored players, right? You were collaborating with Ashes, which is Arslan's old sponsor, right?
Yeah,
he started his own sponsor.
So actually, not a lot of people know this, but we were very close to signing Arslan as a player.
Wow.
This was, so my initial plan was to make BAAZ an esports team, and we had pretty much everything ready to go. The contract was there, everything was there, but I think when, just in terms of a revenue perspective, in esports, 80%, 90% of the revenue you make as an event, as an esports team, is through sponsorships. And in Pakistan, at least, the idea of esports, or the idea of esports teams, even though it's taken off and they know about gaming, they didn't understand what's the point of doing that. And of course, Arslan's gone on to win many things, especially even Gamers Aid and all that. But again, things worked out well with the way we proceeded. So but back to the question about sponsoring. Again, that's just something where with Arslan it didn't work out technically, but we still remain good business partners, and that's something where on the side of the event side, outside of that, also working on Ashes and doing that, at least for last year. So.
Nice. Man, you've done a lot of things. So you're obviously the driving force behind Pakistan versus Korea. So how was the process of getting everything done, like the visas, the planning, the format and whatnot?
Yeah, so I think the first meeting I had with Soup to do this was back in August, September. It was, at that point, it was just more of an idea than anything, because thankfully through our family, we have a very good relationship with the Korean ambassador. He had actually helped with getting Arslan and Atif's visas for Uprising in 2023, helped with the John and Qasim getting his visas for ATL. So this was something where, okay, maybe we can see if this, this is something everyone's wanting to happen. Let's try and see if we can actually make this work. And it just started since we had formulating ideas, work with SPAG as well on, what's what we can do, how we want the event to look, and yeah, pretty much since then it's just been a process. Again, the visas wasn't necessarily straightforward, just because it's simple in the fact that like if you have the required documents, like they're able to process it and they're able to get it through. There's thankfully no like interview process. You just gotta get your documents and go in. Whereas with other embassies in Pakistan, that's what makes visa so tough for people, is getting that appointment, and of course all the other 99% issues. But there was a hiccup with one of the documents, like one of like 20 documents wasn't like signed correctly, wasn't notarized. So that caused like a 2-month delay when we wanted the visas. The visas were applied for in December. We had to wait till like February for it to actually be done.
Wow.
So it's kind of like it's a bit nerve-wracking, but thankfully, alhamdulillah, it all worked out.
Alhamdulillah,
So,
yeah. And did it exceed your expectations, the event, or were you expecting more?
No, I mean, I think I was like really blown away with what Soup were able to do with their production. I was telling people this was like the first event I didn't have to worry about the power going off or internet shutting off.
Yeah.
So it was nice. Like I got to enjoy the weekend as a fan, which is rare as an organizer, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, I'm really just blown away with. I know this is something people really want to watch, but I'm really happy that people were so excited by this. Whether they were supporting Pakistan, whether they were supporting Korea, I think these type of rivalries are something that really, really can reignite the scene. And I think it's great that I think now. There was all this talk before the tournament, before the events about Tekken 8, people not being happy with season 1, not being happy with how the games turned out. But I think these type of rivalries, it's so important to have them because whether as an esport organizer or as a fan, because it gives you a reason to like root for it, and it gives you a reason to watch the game, to play the game. So yeah, I'm really happy with how things went.
So of course you've helped the Pakistan community a lot. You put on all these amazing tournaments, these exhibitions. You've helped out so many players. So what are your plans in the future? Like, do you have anything planned? Like maybe another showcase exhibition, like Pakistan versus Korea, the run back, BAAZ Gauntlet, takedown. Is there anything you'd like to do for the future?
So yeah, we this weekend we announced we have two more major events this year. We got BAAZ Gauntlet 2 happening in the summer. Hopefully. Probably looking at end of June for that.
Nice.
Then takedown we got in the fall, in autumn, so that'll be in October. So a big year for us. It's the first year where we're doing all these events in one year.
Yeah.
So these are events we've done before, but it's like, I mean, it'll be a real test and real, really exciting to work on like these big projects like back to back to back. So that's the immediate short term this for 2025. But in the future, I mean, you never know what's coming up. I think thankfully, alhamdulillah, with this event, we've really opened up a lot of horizons. But I'm open. I'm always open to seeing what we can do and seeing what turns.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it as well. I think you're more than capable of putting on these amazing events, and of course, everyone in the community enjoys it. So yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to what you guys have planned, what BAAZ has planned and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully all goes well. Definitely will be supporting you. I'll be at all those events, God willing.
Inshallah.
And yeah, inshallah. Thank you very much for your time again, Daniel.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Thank
so
you,
much.
brother. Thank you.
Now go enjoy the snow. It's snowing outside.
Oh.